Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Vancouver Learns How to Drive. And we have our little accidente coming up here. We'll have actually a few, but this happens in this intersection quite commonly, to be honest. People pulling out of the parking lot, then you have a four-way right there. It's not the best idea to put an intersection right next to an exit or entry into a parking lot, just like bus stops are too close to intersections in Canada or in the United States, but you know, it is what it is. We have another accident coming up here, and in this one, the emergency crews have already responded. It was a pretty big one, or bad one rather. You can see the airbags blown out. Maybe someone got T-boned. There's been a few accidents in this intersection recently as well. If you're pulling out of the curb or from the curb, make sure that you check your blind spots, but always also check for oncoming traffic. So this person here is doing a U-turn, which happens here all the time. However, you still need to be careful and make sure that you're paying attention. Bunch of U-turns coming up here. Just gonna play some music and enjoy the show. 2 in a row. Bottom left corner. On the red light. Just like that song, Red Red Light. Yep, they just keep coming. Okay, now we got a close call coming up here. If you have a two-way stop sign, make sure that you respect the cross-coming traffic. Like, that could have been pretty bad. And yes, people were getting honked at. Rightfully so. Another accident. Here we have a stroller in the middle of the road. I am not sure what happened. I hope the baby is okay. I hope the stroller just possibly flew from the car. Obviously, there's a car right there on the right-hand side, so I'm assuming that's probably the stroller from one of those vehicles, and I hope everyone was okay, but the car was pretty banged up. The wheel was bent. You know, the front end was pretty severely damaged, as you will see as we pass through here. So always scan intersections, right? You got to be careful with these two is if you can't see, don't go. Creep up and improve your visibility and make sure that you be careful and always be observant, okay? Scan intersections. Also scan any roads because shit just comes out of nowhere, just like this guy. No acknowledgement, no apology, nothing. Not even looking both ways prior to crossing. People running red lights. In cars usually, but sometimes it's on scooters and other vehicles. So at least this guy looked both ways, but still illegal and stupid and dangerous and irresponsible. It's my right of way going straight here. So what are we doing, white Mercedes? Not cool. If you enter into the intersection whilst the light is green, you must exit unless you can't for some reason, but in this case, yeah, that is a very late turn, okay? So should have exited at least good 2 seconds prior to that. If you're turning, you should be using a signal. Or I'm gonna let you know. Come on. Especially when you're turning from a red light that, you know, like that. Not cool. No signal. Yeah. My students crap their pants when things like that happen, but just like this guy does not want to wait. He cuts right in front of me. Zero awareness, zero apologies. no observation skills when it comes to that guy. Look how close that was. Now, that truck was actually in the other lane, and I had my signal on for a while, so I know that looks like this should be my fault or could be my fault, but actually that truck came from the other lane, so. My turn to proceed. Couple of late left turns, especially that last white car. That's just a no-no. Don't follow cars in front of you unless you know the intersection is clear, unless you're on the green arrow. Also, if you are driving anywhere, don't text and drive, or at least try to be smarter and better about it, because if you are not, you're gonna get a ticket. Right, so in this case, the police officer came over, the driver's distracted in one way or another, probably on their phone. For some reason, they were reluctant to roll the window down. Maybe they were just surprised or had no idea what was going on. In this case, you have to just wait behind. I'm actually going straight. I could, go into the left turning lane over the solid white line, which I don't recommend doing that. But, worst case scenario, you can always do that or just wait it out. That's what I'm doing here. But again, pay attention when you're driving around, because even if you have your phone on your lap or whatnot, you're going to get popped. And at these intersections, it's pretty famous and popular and pretty consistent. So they're going to get pulled into the parking lot, probably get a ticket. I'm on my way. Don't pass people on the right-hand side. I don't care what size and who you are and what you are. There's a reason why there's a double yellow line. Also, you're passing in the intersection. Also, you're sticking out a little bit too much. So know your limits, drive within it. Them, M-E-M, within them. Bit of a shit show happening here, so that there's a stalled or broken down truck on the right hand side. So, gotta go around, gotta let people in. And then this guy in front of us in the gray Kia, I believe it is. Or I think it's a Honda. Anyways, I can't see the logo from, I have a little tiny screen in front of me. So anyways, come on, man. It's just be committed. But over the line. Why are we straddling the line like that? I mean, for such a long period of time. This guy was over the line, in and out multiple times, probably for like half a kilometer. And again, could be on his phone, could be due to any other circumstances. However, it's still not right and definitely illegal and dangerous to be driving like that. So stay in your lane, ladies and gentlemen. Drive in the center or as in the center as you possibly can. Otherwise, you're going to fail your road test. I've made videos about this before. I get questions about this all the time, especially on this road. It's a shared lane. It's a shared road. It's not a bike lane. So you are sharing the road with the cyclist. That's why this guy is staying behind. Also, it's a double yellow line. You cannot cross a double yellow line. That's illegal. So that's why you cannot pass someone in this situation. If it was a single yellow line, sure. But so if you get stuck behind a cyclist, you get stuck behind a cyclist. It is what it is. Don't panic. You're not going to fail. It sucks. It's slow, but just give them space and you'll be fine. I'm going to move over to the other lane if I want to. If not, I might do it after the intersection, or I might just get stuck behind them. Just depends on what I'm doing and where I'm going. In this case, I'm going to Home Depot, so what are we doing, fella? Got a death wish? Come on, man. Not cool. Popping your lights on before the intersection. Panic braking again. And then again. And then coming to a full stop in the middle of the road for no reason. Bro. Little crasharoo. Looks pretty bad, don't it? Pay attention, always at all times, and you'll be fine. While we're driving in the middle of the road. I mean, there's a lot of space there. That van is there, I get it, but even before that, that guy was just driving in the middle of the road. Be respectful. Just because you're on the bike does not give you some special right-of-way, okay? You still need to stop in sequence. So I had the right-of-way in this case because I stopped first. I don't care if you're a cyclist. Why are we stopping so close to the intersection? And he's looking at the line. he's realizing that he's probably messed up, but I mean, there was plenty of parking space. Maybe not plenty, but there was parking space. If you're doing your road test, you may have to do something like this when you come upon a traffic circle and a pedestrian is not on the sidewalk. So, also in this case, the pedestrian is going to give me the right of way. So I just proceed through, but I want to make sure that I'm, staying tight. I think this lady's walking into the car right there. It's not the best idea on her part, but you have to navigate through the world as it is. Now, this vehicle that just pulled up is going to try to make a left turn. Well, they are going to make a left turn, regardless whether I like it or not. And there's actually another vehicle next to me who's also making a left turn. Should have just gone straight, waves, says thank you later on with the hazard lights, which is, better than nothing, but just no. That's not how you do four ways. I have a stop sign. The car on the left stops for me, yields to me for some reason, waves me through. Okay. Again, that's not how things work, but sometimes you have to show people how it's done, I guess. So, and then this poor fella's trying to make a U-turn. That's not how you make a U-turn, okay? Don't get stuck like that. Again, this guy's sticking out a little bit too far. Sometimes you have to, but that was probably a little bit too much. And last but not least, I've said this before, Uber drivers are just absolutely the worst. Like this guy right here is going to stop in the middle of the road, halfway in the intersection, puts on his hazards, and then just chilling on his phone. Unbelievable. So that's it. That's all. Stay safe. Keep practicing. See you in the next one. Ciao.